A man used this rock doorstopper for years, until a scientist told him the truth. Most homebuyers are pretty adamant about checking out a property before buying, and David Mazurek was no different. Sure, the Edmore, Michigan farm he was looking to purchase back in 1988 wasn't exactly brand new, but Mazurek still wanted to know exactly what he was getting himself into. As the property's owner led him on a tour of the farm, Mazurek noticed a large stone propping open the door of the back shed. Mazurek thought nothing of it at first, yet as the tour continued, he just couldn't shake the odd-looking rock from his mind. Finally, Mazurek just had to ask, what in the world was that thing? It was unlike any rock or stone he had ever seen before. That's when the farmer revealed that it wasn't of this world at all. According to the farmer, he had actually seen the rock fall from the night sky as a child back in the 1930s. Eager to recover the space stone, he and his father had trekked out to the fields the next morning to see if they could locate it. Jutting from a large crater in the earth, the stone was still hot to the touch as the farmer and his father pulled it from the dirt. Neither of them had seen anything like it before, though given its weight, they figured it'd be best used as a doorstop. A farmer's story was believable enough, but even so, Mazurek wasn't entirely convinced. A meteorite as a doorstep? What a waste! Still, he was more than happy to take the stone when the farmer offered it to him, along with the property. He contacted a friend who studied geology at the Central Michigan University, who then led him to Dr. Mona Siberska, a professor at CMU. Dr. Siberska agreed to examine the stone, though she wasn't particularly optimistic about the outcome. Over the years, Dr. Siberska had been approached hundreds of times about suspected meteorites, and 9 times out of 10, these extraterrestrial objects turned out to be just ordinary rocks. Yet, as soon as she laid her eyes on Mazurek's stone, Dr. Siberska knew they were dealing with something special. Holding it in her hands, a large rock had all the telltale signs of being a meteorite, though it'd take more than just a physical examination to confirm her suspicions. Using X-ray fluorescence, Dr. Siberska dove into the makeup of the stone. While Mazurek's doorstep was 88% iron, it also contained 12% nickel. Being that this metal is almost solely found in meteorites, Dr. Siberska knew the stone came from outer space. Weighing over 22 pounds, Mazurek's meteorite was now the 6th largest space stone of its kind to be recovered in Michigan. With a pedigree like this, Dr. Siberska was confident that the rock could fetch a ton at auction. More specifically, she suggested that it could get up to $100,000. But they were getting ahead of themselves here, and Dr. Siberska didn't want to make promises she couldn't keep. To be extra sure that this was truly a $100,000 meteorite, she sliced a piece of the rock and mailed it off to the Smithsonian for additional analysis. Geologist Catherine Corrigan was the first to examine the stone, and after a few tests, she could corroborate Dr. Siberska's findings. But even with the meteorite's identity finally set in stone, what was to become of Mazurek's incredible find? According to Dr. Siberska, he had 2 options: sell the stone to a museum or sell it to a private collector looking to turn a profit. Either way, Mazurek was determined to put the proceeds from the meteorite to good use. If he did decide to sell the stone, Mazurek vowed to donate 10% of the sale to CMU to provide funding to further geological studies. Regardless of the donation, however, Dr. Siberska insisted that being able to study the meteorite was a gift enough. Allowing her students to physically interact with the space rock gave them a unique perspective on the true nature of their studies. Just think, what I was holding is a piece of the early solar system that literally fell into our hands, Dr. Siberska recalled.